listening to Daybreak USA.
Woke up, got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Found the way downstairs and drank a cup.
And welcome back to Daybreak USA. Do you know what your credit score is? Do you know what yours is? Is it in the 700s? Is it 800? It's pretty good. Our next guest is Jason Kaplan. Jason is a certified FICO professional and also serves as vice president of the Credit Industry National Trade Association. Jason, good morning and welcome to Daybreak USA.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty well. I've been at a point in my life where my credit was a disaster, and I think that I'm at a point right now that it's pretty good. It's above average. It's not perfect, but it's above average. There was a recent Huffington Post money blog that detailed the state rankings of areas with the best and worst credit ratings in the country. And it's interesting that where some of these lie. Maybe we could talk about that and what makes up these rankings.
Absolutely. Well, most of the states that are ranked low are the ones in the South. You have California, Nevada, Florida. And most of that is related to the housing market. People have built houses and purchased houses that they really couldn't afford. And likewise, the banks are coming back after them. They're not paying their bills.
So we see here some of the best ones are in North and South Dakota, where there is an oil boom right now. Vermont, Montana, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska all are the top ranked states. So what is a perfect credit score? If somebody said, well, I have a perfect credit score, what would they be talking about?
Well, the FICO scoring model, which is Fair Isaac, that develops with the credit scores, actually goes from 300 to 850. So 850 is technically the highest, but I've never seen 850 in my life. Out of the hundreds of thousands of credit reports that I've seen, the highest score I've ever seen is 832. But if someone has a score of 740 or higher, you're going to get basically the top interest rate. So you'll be in the top tier, whether you're 740 or 850. It's somewhat the same. So
we're looking at a lot of people in the United States right now with just a disaster when it comes to their credit. What are some things that people do to destroy their credit, first of all?
Well, the main thing that you want to do if you want to maintain good credit, and it's pretty obvious, is pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
The only thing a credit score is designed to do, as complicated as everyone thinks it is, it's trying to predict how likely is someone to pay their bills late over the next 24 months or 2 years. So if you pay your bills on time, your score is going to do pretty well.
So if you're out there right now and you're thinking, well, I'm trying to do that, but yet I still have some problems with my credit. I noticed here that you have some of the top 10 credit mistakes out there. Closing credit cards. Is that a mistake to close a credit card?
Absolutely. The first thing people do when they start to get in a money crunch and panic is they go ahead and they close all of their accounts. But that's a really bad thing to do. What the empirical data shows, and the reason why it hurts your score, is people who do not have open revolving accounts actually are more likely not to pay their bills, and that's basically because they don't have any bills to pay. So they go into collections, and they hurt their score. So you want to maintain open and active positive accounts. The older your accounts get, the more it shows that you have a good relationship with a creditor, that you're doing the right thing. Even if you pay the minimum payment, you still want to maintain the open accounts.
So should you be tempted when you get those new, every day we get, some credit card offer in the mail saying, switch over to us and we'll take all of your old credit, or should you just build up and stay with that company you've had forever?
Well, if you don't have any accounts, then even if interest rates are bad, you should go ahead and apply, because having one or two credit cards, or revolving accounts as they're termed, is going to help you. As far as switching over from an account that you already have, it might help you because your interest rates are going to be better, so the bills that you're paying might be a little bit less. but you're going to lose that significant age that you've already created with your other creditor. Remember, the older an account gets, the longer you've had the accounts open and active, shows that you have a good standing relationship and you pay your bills on time. So just switching to Switch will probably hurt you because you're going to lose the long-standing relationship.
Our guest this morning is Jason Kaplan, co-founder of the Credit Pros International, talking about some of the top 10 credit mistakes people make. Another one is maintaining high credit card balances. I'm afraid I've been victim and guilty of that, maybe even right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ideally, and this is in an ideal world, you want to have a credit card balance probably about 25% or lower. The data, once again, the only thing the credit report's trying to predict is how likely are you to pay your bills on time. And the data that Fair Isaac or FICO that creates the scores found is that people with higher credit balances are more apt not to pay on time because they're maxed out, they're going to fall over the edge. So ideally, it's about 25%. You can keep your balances as low as zero. It doesn't matter if you don't use your credit cards or if you use your credit cards, max them out, and then pay them off the next month. You want to have low balances at the time of reporting each month.
And it is so important to understand what your credit score is, and just going, I think I've got pretty good credit. Probably not gonna make it, especially if you want to go buy a car or furniture or heaven forbid a house.
Absolutely. And one of the problems also is you see advertisements all over the place for credit monitoring services. And there's 20 or 30 of them out there.
Sure.
The problem, though, it's good to know exactly what your credit is, but those scores are not the accurate credit scores. So if you go and you have a credit monitoring service, it's not going to give you the accurate data.
Jason, what's a website we can go to learn more?
Go to thecreditpros.com, and people here at my office can answer any questions. You can even talk to me online. And
thank you so much, sir.
Every time you see an ad on TV about feeding hungry children,